Warriors, make no mistake. We are coming after crypto exchanges. As we speak right now, Warriors, Gary Gensler, I said it correctly, I think. Gary Gensler is sitting in front of Senate and he's about to get hammered around crypto regulation. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach and crypto coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Now, what I want you to do, Warriors, reach up to your left and strap on your seatbelt, because I'll tell you what, Warriors, it's about to get bumpy. Now, what I mean by that is I do not think that this is going to cause any effect on the normal parabolic bull run coming up. What I really hope that you do is get prepared with an exit plan. I really hope that you have an exit plan, Warriors, if you plan to pull profits from this crypto bull run. The reason why I say that is because you can see as I go through the news today is that they are coming after crypto exchanges and they're coming after bad actors and they're working to make cryptocurrencies a security in so many aspects, right? So this NFT thing, these this ability for people to make so much money at a very young age, people to get in like accredited investors, they don't like that, Warriors. It's beautiful for us right now, but they don't like that. They don't want you making 20% APY. They don't want you making 4% APY on your money, Warriors. The reason why is because what that does is it disrupts the central banks and it disrupts the commercial banks. So how does it work? I've taught you guys. Okay. Whoever controls the money controls the information, controls the people. So if you're the person who is in control of the information and the people, and you're starting to lose sight, the tightrope is starting to fray, what would you do? You would confuse the living shit out of the sheep. So they're going to call it investor protection. It's basically so they can set the rules, so they can pack their bags. So what happens in the normal stock market is you accredited investors, right? You have to have $1 million in assets. So if you have $1 million in assets, you get special privileges to get into an IPO early. Well, guess what? All of us have special privileges right now in the crypto space, and they don't like it. So this is going to be a very, very tricky run in the next 5 years. I'm just sharing my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not a FUD person. I'm not trying to fear you guys. I'm sharing you reality, facts, figures, numbers, logic, and human fucking behavior. This is human behavior, Warriors. When somebody feels like they're losing power, they will do drastic measures to regain it. That's what narcissists do, Warriors. Think about it. The president of any country is just the talking head. It's not the president that's actually making the decisions. It's the big money players. And when you know the game, you can't be played. So you only have one choice. You can sit back as an armchair quarterback and complain about it and bitch about it and, wear your rally shirts and fight about it. Or you can raise yourself to the highest level of consciousness, get the money that you deserve, and change the narrative, because money is just energy and vibration. That's all it is. And if you're poor, it's attracting to your level of vibration. So your key is to raise your vibration as high as possible by getting the information, making good decisions, focusing on your health, staying away from the media, and listening to your gut. Okay, so let's dive into the news. You guys came here to Crypto News, but if you want to join our private Warrior Academy, you get access to our revolutionary exit strategy. You get access to 3 crypto calls a week with my research team. With my technical analysis team. You actually get access to me on a Thursday call. We do a deep dive crypto call. You have leadership calls. You have spiritual work. You have a 120-day challenge. You have subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board. There is nothing like it in history. If you go through our 120-day challenge, it will change your life. Click the link down below to join our private Warrior Academy for 90% off. All right, so lawmakers to grill SEC Chair Gensler. I said it right. Woo! You better comment down there. You know who you haters are. On crypto during the Senate hearing. Securities and Exchange Commission Gary Gensler will appear before lawmakers Tuesday to discuss the agency's plan to regulate crypto. That's happening right now as we speak. Ahead of the hearing, Gensler, what was I saying? Gensler said swaths of the crypto market are operating outside of the SEC's framework that shield investors from illicit activities. We just don't have enough investor protection in crypto finance, insurance, trading, or lending, Gensler said, preparing remarks. Okay, let's check out this. I love Jeremy Hogan. Go subscribe to his Twitter. Also, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. So Gensler's statement to the Senate tomorrow. Crypto exchanges are selling what we believe are securities. Make no mistake, we are coming after crypto exchanges. Does this not align with what I told you guys yesterday? Coinbase, shots fired. That the rubbing elbows behind the scenes. That's to let the exchanges know we're coming for you, players. We're coming for you. We are going to regulate the shit out of you. We're going to make it difficult for you to do business. You got to be strategic with what you're going to do, Warriors. Number two, the SEC case with Ripple. I have said it from day one. Watch my YouTube videos the last, since December 22nd. I said this is a political theater to bring in a new Howey test. I've been saying that since day one. Number three, there will be no warning shots or clarification first. What? The glove was thrown and now the gauntlet. So this is happening right now in front of the Senate. Gary Gensler is pulling out his gloves and ready to fight with the Senate. SEC focused on crypto assets trading platforms. So what's happening, Warriors, is they don't want you as an accredited investor. They don't want the common everyday folk like the gentleman we interviewed for NFTs. He made $150,000 in 3 months. 3 months. People go to school for 9 years to make $150,000. Whereas their whole education system, indoctrination system, not an education system. It's like a tightrope, and it's being frayed right now. Pink, 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 pink. In this old paradigm of these baby boomer leaders out there and above. No offense to baby boomers, but they're in this old paradigm and they want to keep the control. And what's happening within the world is we are reaching a higher consciousness and people are waking to the control. And now we have access to the internet of things, and we have consciousness connecting with the internet. We have decisions we can make, and that's why they make it very, 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 very confusing. Okay, so SEC doubles down, tells crypto firms, come talk to us. Under our laws, they have to register with the commissions unless they qualify for an exemption. Gary Gensler, chair of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, is once again urging crypto projects with securities to register with the regulatory body to ensure investor protection. So let's think about this for just a moment. This goes back to my narrative. Thank you, all these news stations, for really just talking about what I've been talking about for about a year and a half, or specifically since December 22nd. Have I not said Ripple, XRP communicated with the SEC since their inception? They went and asked questions of the SEC, and for some reason they throw a case out against Ripple XRP. This is all by design, Warriors. XRP is going to go through the roof, not financial advice. It's all a political theater. I guarantee all of their bags are packed in XRP. That's why they will not release whether the people in the SEC hold XRP or other cryptocurrencies. Okay, so let's dive into this. Oh, my apologies. Let's go up here real quick. Let me see if I can find this section here. You guys have seen this before, but I wanted to share this video from Brad Garlinghouse. We'll share this. And then the Digital Asset Investor put out a really good video yesterday. So check this out.
About all regulation and how it might affect you.
Oh, I got it right on.
Even differently than it would affect Bitcoin.
Well, I think what you're getting at the core really is in the United States, there has been a lack of regulatory clarity. This is something I've been talking about even on CNBC for about 2+ years. In other countries you have seen, in the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, I mean, these are G20 markets where they have invested the time and energy either through legislation or rulemaking to provide that clarity and that certainty. And that allows investors to participate, that allows entrepreneurs to build, that allows people to build companies that make the CNBC disruptor list. So here in the United States, we haven't had that clarity. I think, just to correct something you said, Ripple actually doesn't control XRP. XRP is an open source technology, very analogous to Bitcoin. In contrast, XRP is very efficient in terms of speed of transaction. It is a carbon neutral blockchain. So these are all examples of it being more efficient, but all of the XRP that has ever been created has already been created. So it's a zero inflation dynamic. But the core of what you're talking about around regulation, I think, is what we're experiencing here in the US with the SEC. The SEC is making the assertion that these are investment contracts, that Ripple's sales of XRP to our customers is actually an investment contract. And a security is something where when you buy it, you own part of a company. You have a right to the profits. You can vote on the board of directors of that company. All those.
So that's something you really need to hone in on, Warriors, because I think now we're all securities experts now. If you're in the crypto community or XRP community, we went from like not knowing anything. Like I was in banking, so I understand what a security is, but normal everyday people know what a security is now, right? I think we've beaten it into our heads. But think about that. It's an investment contract. But what we're finding though is there is a lot of crypto protocols, Warriors, that are investment contracts. That's where my caution comes in for you. Make sure you have an exit plan if you want to pull profits. Number two is make sure you're invested in fundamental cryptocurrencies. Make sure you understand, is it going to be an investment contract if the SEC does come down? What would that mean? If you're buying into a cryptocurrency and it relies on the leadership team, it can, for example, let's say XRP was a security. So when you buy XRP, that means you're buying into the company, right? You're funding the company so they can grow, right? You now own equity in the company. Okay. So if you're buying a crypto and there really is no utility to that cryptocurrency, then you're probably buying into the company, and that's going to be a security contract. So they could come crashing down on those cryptocurrencies. So really think about your portfolio, right? Think about your throwaway cryptos that you have out there. Make sure you pull profits out of these shit coins, Warriors. That's really important. Warren Buffett ain't getting in shit coins, Warriors. Warren Buffett ain't buying a bunch of shitty stocks. Warren Buffett is a fundamental investor. That's how these guys become billionaires, Warriors. Think about that. You got to start thinking like a billionaire. These pump and dump schemes, you got to be careful with that stuff. Logan Paul's pumping and dumping people. Freaking, what's her name? Kim Kardashian's pumping and dumping people. You're going to get caught up in so many pump and dump scams. Get out of the get rich quick mindset and get rich for sure by understanding these principles. That's why I talk about macroeconomics and microeconomics. I know it's not as exciting. I'm not going to get a bunch of 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 views because this shit is boring that I'm talking about. But when you learn this game, a very boring game, and you're consistent and you're disciplined, Warriors, you will become very, very rich and your life will not be boring. Trust me. So do the boring things consistently. Understand the things that people don't want to learn. And lo and behold, you'll learn the game and you'll never be played. It's very simple, Warriors. Okay, so let's go over to Digital Asset Investor. He's one of my two favorite, if I had to pick two, top two would be Digital Asset Investor and The Bearable Bull. These are two people that I listened to when I started out my career as a whatever I am, a YouTuber, whatever this is. And yeah, these are two people I respect heavily. So he says, Professor, did you feel like this was Hinman's personal opinion or market guidance? I would think your view would carry a lot of weight. So let's watch what he says right here. This is Bill Hinman being asked about the same question we're trying to reveal over and over again. Watch this.
Thank you. Nick Carter, Castle Island Ventures. Director Hinman, thank you for your talk. I work for a venture fund, and we talk to a lot of, let's call them token issuers, that inform me that they are planning on passing the Hinman test, which is, an unintended consequence of your talk.
Ain't that funny back then? Look at him now. Look at the position he's in right now. The Hinman test.
But it seems that now we have lots of tokens that are designing against the Ethereum test or the decentralization test, which you described. I wonder what you make of that.
Well, it sounds good. And maybe, they are going to follow that path I described before, which is maybe have a more developed network before they offer tokens for funds, which would be terrific because, as I mentioned, I think it is easier if you're a little bit more established and you have something that a network on which your token can operate to then pass it, whatever test.
Okay, so really important. We just talked about this. He said it's much better to have an established network because if you don't have an established network and you're giving me money to start my token, you're funding my company and you are reliant on me succeeding with no protocol, right? There's no other protocol. There's not like, there's not a foundation and then I build a rail that could operate separately, right? Does that make sense? And so that's what he's saying right now. That makes sense.
To make sure that it's not something people are buying with an expectation of return, where the person offering it, your colleagues, know a lot more about the prospects of the value of that coin than the purchaser of that coin. But again, I think there is a path there. It is somewhat challenging to start your funding and with coin offering and get there. I think if you have a more established network, then there's ways you can build your token and features into your token that make it much less likely to be viewed as a security.
I mean, simple. We know XRP is not a security. This is complete political theater. We also have Hester Pierce, which is the crypto mom who's in the SEC and is also building out legislation where you can have a 3-year grace period. So you can go through this process and be deemed a security, but transform into a non-security because now you have the utility, right, Warriors? So please know, please understand, Warriors, when you see it on the news, it's too late. This is all a political theater behind the scenes, everybody rubbing elbows. You see the people from the SEC moving into crypto funds. You see the people from the SEC moving into consulting for crypto firms, trying to get Bitcoin ETFs. You just saw that the Joe Biden, the CFTC, he just brought on 2 more crypto professors into the CFTC. Warriors, crypto is here to stay. The game is you gotta be methodical in your studying. Come watch our video every single day, Warriors, because I'm gonna give you the real game. Now, I'm not saying I have all the answers, and I'm not asking you to believe a word I say. What I'm teaching you, Warriors, is how the system works. I was in banking. What you see at the public sector is not what's happening behind the scenes, Warriors. It's all based on money and power. Okay. Now, what I'm doing is I'm empowering you to use your mind and your gut to feel your way through the market. Yes, it's going to go parabolic in October. There's going to be a massive bull run. And then, Warriors, I'm going to warn you, there's going to be a massive pullback. Let me say that again. There's going to be a massive pullback because guess what? Regulation ain't going to be done by this bull run. And then there's going to be a bear market, and I'm going to be stacking my bags like my life depends on it into fundamental cryptos, because 2025 will be the last, in my opinion, the last time for you to have the non-accredited investor type gains, and then it's going to normalize the stock, like the stock market. Because once they get their fangs into it, once they dig their fingers into it with regulation, Warriors, it's going to end up just like the stock market. And then you're going to have this. So this is your opportunity from now till 2025 to pack your bag so you have money on the side, so you now can be an accredited investor. And the rest of your life, you can play the game, and we can bring the money back to the people, and we can change the narrative. So if it's true that the 1% of the population controls 97% of the wealth, and whoever controls the money, controls the information, controls the people, then why don't we get the money, and why don't we change the narrative instead of sitting on your couch and bitching and complaining, ordering Uber to your house, getting fast food to your house, and being an armchair quarterback? It's time to get in the fucking game. It's time to get your shit together, Warriors. This will never be a time like this in history. Now, maybe it's not crypto investing for you. Maybe it's just getting your shit together for your family. Maybe it's starting a business. But I'll tell you what, Warriors, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you do housing contracts, the way you do your insurance, the way you do your voting, everything is going to be different. So evolve, Warriors. Don't be stuck in the old paradigm. There's nothing wrong with evolution. You used to have a beeper, and now I'm talking to you through this microphone. I got a freaking computer on my hip at all times. You used to have a car phone, and now you can just freaking beep, it connects to your phone. I have internet in my damn car now. It's freaking weird, man. So you're not going to stop evolution. So what are you going to do? Drag your ass on sandpaper the rest of your life? You're going to sit there and bitch and complain 10 years from now? Oh, I had an opportunity. I used to have Bitcoin. I bought it at 2 cents. I had like 100 of them, and I sold it. We hear that all the time, Warriors. Don't be that person. This is your opportunity. So you're like, I don't have money to invest. Then create extra money. Stop complaining. If you're broke, stop complaining. Go create extra money. There's money everywhere. There's resources everywhere. And I'm being hard on you guys like a father, or like somebody who's like, it's time. It's like, let's go. Let's go, Warriors. Please don't sit on your hands, Warriors, because it's the fact is 99% of people are just going to come back and be like, man, you're going to hear it all the time. I know I'm going to hear it in the gym 10 years from now. Oh, I used to hear your YouTube videos, and I should have done this, or I should have bought it. Like, for example, Kev brought up Dogecoin to me. I should have bought in when he brought it up to me. I was like, fuck. And I bought in late. I still made a ton of money. But if I would have bought in when he told me to, I'd have well over $1 million in just Dogecoin. So that was a, oh, shit type of moment, right? So don't be that person, Warriors. That's all I got today. Love you guys. Get your shit together. Everything's in the description down below. We got our Geist shirts coming out very soon. And if you watch our live video at 7:30, I'm wearing the Geist shirt. You guys have been asking for it. You ask and you shall receive. Love you guys. Have a good day.